Hello, good morning everyone. I hope you are well. My name is Miriam Hussey, for those of you who may not be aware. I'm delighted to be on hosting a lovely morning yoga session with some breathwork and meditation here on the Mars channel this morning. So I hope you'll come and you'll enjoy and you'll join me on this lovely journey this morning. Before we get started, just a little info. So this month, as part of the Mars 360 program, which I am the brand ambassador for, I'm delighted to be, we are looking at movement and movement as medicine, and how we can move the body to really enhance our sense of not just our physical well-being, but our mental well-being, our emotional well-being. It's like a super pill that recharges and cleanses our mind. It releases so many of our endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin, all of these amazing chemicals and hormones that uplift us from the inside out. So this morning it's going to be a nice gentle practice. If you've never done yoga before, that's absolutely fine. I'll guide us along and we'll just enjoy. And I hope by the end of it you'll feel much more centered, much more grounded, and able to take on the day ahead, no matter what challenges might be ahead. When you come at it from a more centered, grounded space, you come at it with more ease and grace. So let's begin. So I invite you to come to the mat. If you don't have a mat, that's fine. Just roll out a blanket or a towel or something. And if you have a cushion or a block, or even just roll up a towel or a blanket, maybe pop that underneath the bum, just to give you a little bit of extra lift through the hips. And we're going to start in a nice, easy cross-legged position. So yoga is really, what it means is unity. And it's the unity with the mind, the body, the breath, the soul. And it's an amazing way to take you from the outside in. So working through the physical body, through the stretches, but you use the breath to take you deeper. So when you're on the mat, you get to listen to your thoughts, you get to become aware of how you're feeling, physically, emotionally, and as we move through the practice, it enables you to unravel some of the stress and the tension that we're holding, both physically and emotionally. And then by the end, you get to that inner space where you feel more calm, more free. And the essence of yoga, for me personally, is where you get to hear your inner gut messages, your wisdom, your heart. That allows you then to live in more alignment, with more freedom and with more truth. So let's begin. Come into this easy cross-legged position. Just roll your shoulders a couple of times up to the ears, and then exhale down and away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll them back down and away. One more time. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, roll them down and away. We're going to take our hands, and for the purpose of this morning, because it's a morning practice, we're going to place our hands downwards, resting into your lap. And this just helps to ground us more. Roll those shoulders down and away from the ears as much as possible. Slightly dip your chin, just very subtly down towards your heart center. And imagine that your spine is nice and tall and straight. Imagine like I have a string. I'm just pulling it up through the crown of your head to lift you up through that spine. Yet you're rooted and grounding down through the hips. And go ahead and close down the eyes if that feels safe and nourishing for you, or else just lower your gaze towards the tip of your nose. We're going to begin with some breath work, just to welcome us into our body this morning, welcome us onto the mat and into a new day. So let's begin by taking a nice slow inhale through the nose. And just let your belly rise graciously and softly. On your exhale, big release, sigh it out through the mouth. And just let your body begin to soften, release and relax. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Deep breath in. And release out. On our next breath, We're just going to take one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. And slightly dip that chin again. And as we breathe in, just bring in your awareness to your heart. And as you breathe out, just beginning to set your own intention, your sankalpa, for the practice this morning and for the day ahead. Or maybe just asking yourself in this moment, what do I need today? Maybe it's more rest, maybe it's more fun, maybe it's more peace. What would bring you more of that today? So let's breathe one more deep breath in. Just begin to feel your body just dropping now and releasing. Well done. You can very gently begin to flicker open your eyes. We're just going to inhale, moving our hands nice and gently in fluid-like motion up over your head in a prayer position. And then when you're ready, release your left hand down to the earth and your right hand sweeps over towards the left. So you're just bowing, bending down towards the left. You can bring a nice bend into that left elbow if you want. It may even drop down onto the earth. We want to make sure our sit bones are both rooting into the floor. Close down your eyes here if you want. Keep that gaze inward, keeping your focus on your breath and on your body. And just noticing any areas of tension or strain. And your best friend today is going to be your exhalation. We're going to use that to open up the body. Take one more breath here. And then exhale. Release it out. Let's do the opposite side. So this time we're bowing and bending towards the right. So again, sinking down, dropping down, yet we're opening up through the heart, lungs and chest. Maybe bring your gaze up towards your left hand in the sky. Just opening, expanding. We hold a lot of tension and strain in the neck and the shoulders, and we can constrict and fold inward, closing off the heart. So today we want to activate, we want to awaken, we want to bring space. One more breath here. And then open and release it out. Well done. We're just going to take a couple of rolls into the shoulders. So bring your hands to your shoulders. Thumbs point backwards, fingertips are just resting in front. We're going to inhale, bring those elbows up, and then exhale back and around. Let's do 3 big circles. 3, 2, and 1. And let's take a pause and do the opposite direction for 3, for 2, and 1. Well done. Give it a little shake out. Release out the legs. Give them a little shake. Well done. And here, from here, we're going to gently and graciously, and with every transition, we want to do it nice and slow. We don't want to rush the body. We don't want to put it into sympathetic stress mode. We're trying to relax it. We're trying to release it. We're trying to open it. So let's come into tabletop position. Knees are directly underneath the hips, and the hands are directly beneath the shoulders. We're going to start with a couple of cat-cows, one of my favourite movements in yoga, to really open up the spine, work through that central nervous system, the channel, and activate all those energy centres. So let's take a deep breath in, and as we do, tip your belly towards the earth. You'll feel a nice dip in that lower spine, and then go ahead, lift your gaze, shine your heart forward, and look up towards the sky. This is our in-breath movement. And then on our exhale, let's round our upper back towards the sky, tuck our chin to our chest, look to our navel, push down into the earth with your hands to really give you a lift up through that upper back. Big exhale, side out. Let's do this a few times. Find your own pace, find your own rhythm, find your own rate. Well done. And just feel that fluid-like motion. And just surrendering to any stresses or strains, and see if we can use our exhale just to soften, to release, and to let go. And bringing compassion into your practice this morning. So wherever you're at, can you honour yourself with gratitude and compassion? Beautiful work. Let's come into a neutral tabletop position. And we're going to move into our first downward facing dog today. So we're going to tuck our toes under and bring our weight into your hands, really into your knuckles. Spread your weight across your 5 knuckles on each hand. And then go ahead and just lift those knees off the mat. We're just going to hover them up and down for a moment, just up and down, breathing in and breathing out. Engage the core, feel that strength rising within you. Morning activation, so we're going to really engage the core to give us strength for the day ahead. Beautiful work. And then from here, let's push our chest back towards our thighs, straighten out through our hands, and then begin to push our tailbone towards the sky. We're going to paddle our feet right and left like you're cycling a bike to begin. As it's our first downward dog of the day, we don't want to jump in too quick. We want to just open up into it. So we'll paddle right and left, feel that nice stretch down through the hamstrings. Breathing in and breathing out. Well done. Begin to find your strength and awaken that power within you. Well done. From here, nice soft bend in the knees. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach up again into a nice downward dog, finding stillness just for one breath here. Deep breath in through your nose. And then let's do a lion's breath. So open them out, release the tongue and bring your awareness to your third eye between your eyebrows. Beautiful breath for releasing anger and any stress. From here, let's go ahead and lift our left leg into the sky. So 3-legged dog. We're then going to gently draw that knee in towards your chest, up towards your nose, and then guide it forwards towards the top of your mat. You may need to use your hand to glide it forward, and if you do, that's perfectly fine. And from here, we're moving into a nice high runner's lunge. Beautiful work. From here, let's see if you can take your hands and rest them gently on your front knee. You may need to drop that back right knee to the floor. If you do, that's absolutely fine. Make whatever modifications you feel is best serving for your body this morning. And then from here, we're going to rise our hands up into the sky, really moving into these morning activation, rising, strengthening postures. Take a deep breath in, look up, breathe. And then on your exhale, we're going to release our back heels to the floor at about a 45-degree angle. Take your hands to your hips, square the hips forward, and we're just lunging into that front knee. Just make sure your knee is over your ankle at all times. Beautiful. From here, rise those hands to the sky, and on your exhale, let's move into warrior. So left hand forward, right hand back, palms facing towards the earth. Let's look through the middle finger of your front hand. Imagine energy drawing up through the feet, into the body, into that solar plexus, into the heart, expanding us for the day, and then releasing any stress and strain out through our exhale. On our inhale, let's rise both hands up, straighten both legs, look up, look up. Exhale, breathe out, go back down, and release. Well done. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, release, and let go. One more. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, release, and let go. Beautiful. Let's take that left elbow and rest it onto our front knee, and right hand comes to the sky. Bicep in line with your ear, and we're moving into a nice extreme sideways stretch. Beautiful. Making sure our back heel and back toes, back whole foot is sinking into the earth, nice and secure. Just breathe here. Often in life we get pulled, often in sideways directions, in all directions. It's important if we can anchor ourselves back with our breath, tune into our heart, well then no matter what the storms are, we can face them with more authenticity and strength. Go ahead and release your left fingertips down onto the earth, just in front of your left foot. Take your right hand onto your right hip. Try to square that hip as much as possible. or sorry, to try and bring that hip so you're looking out towards your left side. And then go ahead and reach that right hand to the sky. Beautiful. And then if you want to move into triangle pose from here, just begin to straighten your front leg. Breathe. Soften. Bring your gaze to your fingertips in the sky, as you really test your balance this morning. Bring a nice smile into your face. Beautiful work, well done. And then go back, bend into that front knee again, and then sweep your your right hand, down onto the earth. Come onto the toes of your back right foot, so you're squaring your hip forward, and then go ahead and drop your right knee down onto the earth. Place your tips of your toes into the mat, and heel toe that left foot to the edge of your yoga mat. So creating more space here in the hips. Moving into lizard pose. Beautiful deep hip opening posture. Option to stay here where you're nice and high up with your hands, or there are options to maybe drop down onto your forearms, maybe one or two, or if you have a pillow or a blanket or a block or something, you can use that as a prop if you need extra cushioning or support here. So find what works for you. We're not here to punish ourselves and to force ourselves into any position that doesn't feel good for the body. We're here to meet our edge, go past our edge, but just to find that beautiful stretch where our breath can help us open up into it without any pain. Okay, so let's hold this here. Close down your eyes. Maybe send your exhalation into that left hip. And the hips can hold a lot of frustration, anger, sadness. Sadness is often just repressed and shows up as anger. Just be gentle with yourself in this posture this morning. Beautiful work. Take one more breath here. And then release it out. Well done. Gently, gently, we're going to move that left foot back behind you, and we're going to drop into a nice child's pose position. So I invite you to bring the knees nice and wide, your toes touch behind you, and you're sitting your bum back towards your heels. Hands are stretched out nice and long in front, and you're just sinking your chest and your forehead onto the floor. Feel free to let out a few, as I call them, surrendering sighs. So just letting go any pent up anger or irritations that you might be holding. We're all human, so we all have them. Beautiful work. On your next breath, you're just slowly going to lift your gaze, look forward, and then just slowly move those hips. And we're going to just drop down and forward, just to open up that lower back lumbar region into the hips. And then exhale, sweep it back again into your child's pose. And then when you're ready, slowly, let's lift it back up. Let's come into our tabletop position again. Well done. Hope you're all doing okay. So let's revert back into tabletop. Tuck the toes under, and let's move again, slowly gliding into our downward facing dog. Again, paddle the feet right and left for a moment. This is an inversion pose where your head is below your heart, which means that you're really helping to calm the body down, reduce blood pressure. Take an inhale, lift your right leg into the sky this time, three-legged dog. And then slowly draw your knee in towards your chest, in towards your nose, and then let's bring it towards the top of the mat. If you need to use your hand to glide it forward, feel free to do so. Beautiful. From here, we're in our nice runner's lunge. So again, options here. Your back knee can be on the earth, or you can release it off the mat, whichever your body needs this morning. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands and gently rest them on our front knee. Find that strength again. We're rising into our power this morning with these postures. And then inhale, raise those hands to the sky. Breathe. Breathe in, look up, breathe out, exhale. Well done. Let's release that back heel onto the mat and your back foot at about a 45-degree angle as you're looking towards the top of your mat. Square the hips forward. Inhale, raise your hands to the sky. And then let's move into a warrior sequence. So this time, right hand forward, left hand back. We're sitting, lunging forward into our front knee. Again, knee is always just above your ankle. And then palms are facing down towards the earth. Look through the middle finger of your front hand as we breathe. I'm just going to close this door. Beautiful morning light is coming in, which is very apt for our morning activation postures this morning. Beautiful work. So warrior two. Inhale, let's reach our hands up towards the sky. Let's straighten both legs. Look up. Lift. Exhale, sit back down. Go back down, release. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, release and let go. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, release and let go. Beautiful. Let's bring that right elbow and let it rest just on top of that right knee. And go ahead and take your left hand up and over. Left bicep in line with your left ear. I can show you from the front side. And all the time you're sitting and sinking that hip down and forward. You're opening and looking the chest open as you look towards the sky to open up through the heart, lungs and the chest. Breathe here. Beautiful work. Balancing here, we're strengthening, we're activating. It's a beautiful posture. Then go ahead and release the fingertips of your right hand to the earth if you can. If that's a little bit intense, feel free to just pull back and stay where you're at. Breathing. And then if that feels comfortable, let's see if we can straighten through that front leg, moving into triangle pose. Just for a moment, just for a breath. Inhale. Beautiful. And release. Let's sweep that left hand forward. Let's turn onto the toes of our back foot. Release our hands down. Release your back knee down. And then go ahead and walk that front knee, which is your right leg, over towards the edge of the mat. Beautiful work. We're moving into our lizard pose on the opposite side. So again, options here. Feel free to stay in this position. This is a deep, deep hip opener. Or maybe you begin to, maybe one elbow drops down, maybe two elbows. Or maybe you just want to come onto the pinky toe side of that front foot. So the sole lifts off the mat towards you. You just maybe use your hand to gently nudge into that elbow. Perhaps play around with it and just feel what feels nourishing for your body. We're going to hold it here for 3 cleansing breaths. So close down the eyes, go within, use your exhale to release and let go. Well done, great work. Gently, let's move that front leg back to meet the back leg. And again, just take one little stretch here in your child's pose and bring your attention, your awareness back into your heart space, back to the intention you set at the beginning of the class today. And just honoring yourself in this moment for showing up and being here this morning. Take an inhale, let's glide forward into into plank just on the knees, and then we're just going to lower down, lowering chaturanga, lowering all the way down to the earth. Take an inhale and just sweep up into cobra. So you're just sweeping your chest off the mat. Open the heart lungs, and then when you're ready, sit it back up. One more, sit back into child's pose. Well done. Gently, gently, let's come into a tabletop, and then slowly you're just going to pivot around onto your bum to come onto your back. Beautiful work, guys. We're nearly there. All the hard work is nearly finished. So as we do, we're going to lie down onto our back and just draw those knees into your chest. So you're going to give yourself a big hug. You're just going to rock side to side, just massaging the lower back, massaging into the kidneys, the adrenal glands, where all our stress hormones are made. So we just want to calm everything down, help to regulate that nervous system, come home to a centered, balanced state. From here, we're just going to draw our knees down and over to the left-hand side. Taking a nice twist into that spine. Let's cactus our right arm. So we're looking towards the right side of the body, but our legs are twisting towards the left. We're just getting a nice little spinal twist here. It's almost like you're wringing out a dirty tea towel. You're rinsing out any tension and stress and strain. Well done. Take an inhale, come back to center, draw the knees back to center, and then let's do the opposite side. So let's draw those knees down and over to the right this time. Cactus your left hand. Make sure to keep that left elbow on the mat or on the floor at all times. And bring your gaze over towards the left, knees to the right. Beautiful work. And then inhale, come back to center one last time. And then we're just going to come into happy baby pose before we finish. So we're going to grab the outsides of our feet with our hands. If that's a little bit intense for you, you can grab the backs of the knees. So we're grabbing the outside of the feet. We're pointing our toes down towards our face. So the sole of the foot is pointing up towards the sky. And then energetically and subtly, we're going to try and draw those kneecaps down in the direction towards your armpits. You're keeping your lower back melted onto the earth as much as possible. And we're just really opening up here into the hips. Let your belly rise as you inhale. And let your body just drop and sink down into the earth as you exhale. Let's take one last deep cleansing breath here. Beautiful work. Just slowly and gently drawing the knees back into the chest, giving yourself one last big hug. Draw your forehead in towards the knees, just big curling into a ball. Just, I've got you, I see you, I hear you, I love you. Can you repeat that in your own mind's eye or even out loud? I see you, I hear you, I've got you, I love you. And then when you're ready, just release everything out, coming into your final Shavasana just for the last minute or two. Just let your feet flop open a little bit wider than your hips. Let your hands just drop down by the side of the body, palms facing upward in an open, receptive position. Just let your whole body drop down and be held by the earth beneath you. Let your heart be open and receptive to receiving new blessings and opportunities for this new day ahead. And just taking a moment to imagine every cell in your body smiling, dancing, being happy, being healthy. Let's take one last deep cleansing breath. Take your hands to your heart. Reconnect with your intention. And then release, exhale. When you're ready, you can just slowly turn over onto your left side. And then gently, slowly bringing yourself back up into seated position. So we'll close out our practice the way we started. We'll take our right hand to meet our left hand and bring them to meet at the heart center. So symbolizing the right and left side of the brain, the yin, the yang, the male, the female, that's within us all. And just bowing your head again in gratitude towards the altar of the body, which is the heart space. And take a moment just to thank yourself for showing up and doing this practice this morning. May today be a day where you get to enjoy the blessings, see the extraordinary within the ordinary, and where you get to shine your light brightly. Wishing you all a blessed and beautiful day ahead. Namaste. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this morning's practice, and I hope you can come back and revisit this as often as you need. Have a great day. Namaste.